Hi, I'm Benjamin, and I work at Jaune as aerial survey pilot and LIDAR project manager. Jaune was created in 2005 by 3 partners with a scientific background. And 10 years ago, the R&D team of Jaune tested the first drone LIDAR, now becoming YellowScan. Jaune is also a reference for sales of payloads and survey mission in France and internationals. Our service consists of 3 parts: aerial survey missions, payload and instrumentations, and remote sensing and artificial intelligence. Our service in aerial survey, we product basic products like 3D print clouds, orthophoto in color or near infrared, DSM and DTM from LIDAR or photogrammetric, and also some derivative projects like classification, vegetation clues, 3D models, textured, and topographic maps. Concerning payload and instrumentation, Jaune has designed in close cooperation with the Crisis Management Center of the French law system permit from flight to map in less than 4 hours, and it's very util during crisis management. Jaune is also the French reseller for the drone for quantum system, the Trinity, and the Cube LiDAR. Jaune is also the French reseller of Correlator 3D, a software photogrammetric. Jaune also developed image processing algorithm for remote sensing and precision agronomy applications. This is our fleet and sensor. We use ultralight aircraft, fixed-wing UAV, and multi-rotor UAV. We also have a photogrammetric sensor, thermal sensor, and of course, LIDAR YellowScan. Our applications are very varied. We have projects in ecology, marine environment, with offshore survey by aircraft. We also work for industry, geohazards, using LIDAR and photogrammetric data for coastal erosion or landslide monitoring. We work for precision agriculture and, of course, archaeology. And we will see how can LIDAR contribute to archaeological prospecting and exceptional heritage management. Last year, Jaune was mandated by Association Mission Patrimoine Mondial. This organization is in charge to set up and drive the application strategy for the city of Carcassonne. It's a city in south of France, and its sentinel mountain castle to successfully obtain a UNESCO World Heritage certification. The study areas are set for 7 fortified castles. This is very emblematic castles of the south of France, named the Château Cator or Castle Cator. The mission challenge, our customers require a topography description under the vegetation to define a management plan of the castle with 3 objectives. Archaeological prospecting, already know remains spatialization, and define a protected area around the remains. As an aerial survey company, l'Avion Jaune wonders how to get the best result with the most competitive offers. We think about the best method and the best tool to use and the deliverables format. There are some elements to consider to think about the best offer. The areas and the distance of the sites. We have 7 castles to map, and the castles are 100 acres, and sometimes the distance between sites is up to 90 kilometers. And the access is not easy. This is a mountainous region. And we need to consider the regulation about UAV flight. So with these elements, we can think about the best solution and choice between UAV or airborne solution. If we compare the two solutions, UAV survey during for mapping the 7 castles between 7 or 10 days, 1 week. If we choose airborne, it's possible to map all the castle in 1 or maybe 2 days. Also for UAV, we have a lot of regulatory restrictions. We need a site manager authorization. We can't fly over people, so we need to stop the visit during the survey. For the airborne solution, we just need to classic flight plan for air traffic controllers. And for the access, it's very difficult to access to the sites with the UAV. And we have no problem in airborne solution. Now the choice of the vector between aircraft or helicopter, it depends to aerology. The sites are mountainous and it's very windy, so there is a lot of turbulence, and for the safety and for the data quality, which choice of the helicopter is better. So we choose a light helicopter. And for the sensor, we choose the YellowScan Explorer, so the new long-range and multi-platform LIDAR solution. We choose the Explorer because the precision and the accuracy are high. There is 5 echo per shot, so it's really interesting to see the ground under canopy, and the range is high. The integration, we mounting the LiDAR on a mounting bracket fixed on an additional bar of the helicopter landing gear with the vibration damping systems. There are more vibration than drone fly, but it's okay for the survey. Let's talk about the acquisition. During the fly, we control the LiDAR with the YellowScan Live Station software. With these settings, we target 20 points per square meter per line. And with a cross-fly plant, we can have very high density point cloud. We did a morning test fly, and after 1 day of fly with 2 helicopter rotation for map the 7 castles. Okay, this is the acquisition. So we surveyed 7 castles in morning flight and 1 day of fly, just 3 helicopter rotation. We fly 5,000 feet from ground. We have a high density point cloud and a ground data under canopy. So this is point cloud. Let's talk about the post-processing airborne LIDAR. We don't have a specific base station on each seat, so we use the PPRTX for data positioning. This is the result of PostPack. The PostPack solution is very satisfactory, but as we're flying height, the position of the point cloud is close to 20 centimeters compared to the ground control points. So to improve the precision to 10 centimeters, as requested in the customer's specification, we had 2 post-processing steps. We integrate in the cloud station some GCP on planar surface during the strip adjustment step. And now the point cloud position is close to 10 centimeters in altimetry. After, we do a planimetric adjustment in TerraSolid using a planimetric ground control point like walls angles. And we do the classification of the point cloud in TerraSolid. Let's talk about the deliverables. So we produce a topographic map. It's a classic for land planning. Of course, the LIDAR point cloud and DSM. We also produce the digital terrain model. So if we compare to the point cloud, we have a great vision of the ground under canopy. And we're detecting relief and ruins under the canopy that suggesting undiscovered human activity. In conclusion, the customers needed a topography description under the vegetation to define a management plan with an archaeological prospecting, an already know remains specialization, and some data for Carcassonne and its Sentinel mountain castles claim UNESCO World Heritage certification. And l'aviation response was a supply of LIDAR point clouds and digital terrain model, topographic maps, and spectacular 3D deliverables and open format for all actors involved in this project. Thank you for your attention.